to hate everything?
Hey guys, welcome back to the Canteen. It's Stephanie, your friendly neighborhood barkeep. Please remember you haven't subscribed. Subscribe. Hit that bell so you know when I upload more content. Smash that like button. When you hit the like button, you will get notifications. And share away here. We share away here for love of Star Wars. Here's the Hey guys, it's Steph. Welcome back to the Cantina. Please pull up a bar stool. Order a drink. Order some food. Pull up a chair. Flag down a waiter. Waitress. What's going on at Collider? But let's talk a little bit about literature, since I've been accused of not knowing literature. Classic literature has two different stories of Faust. Goethe wrote a story about Faust, poems. In fact, the last thing I did in classical music, I sang a German lieder called Gretchen am Spinnrad, which the music, the melody and music was written by Schubert. The words were Goethe's Gretchen at the spinning wheel. And that was taken from Faust. And then, of course, we have Christopher Marlowe's Faust. Now, who is Faust? Faust is a doctor. You could almost call him an alchemist. He wants this girl. He wants riches. He wants all this worldly stuff. So he makes a deal with the devil and gets it. But guess what? In the end, he still goes to hell. So now we got Christian Harloff. All pissed off, Collider in disarray, because Harloff didn't get to go to Disney's Galaxy's Edge opening for free. You know, one of those things that Disney dangles in front of the Shills, like, you know, little pieces of candy to little kids. They all run over to grab them. I get to stand on the red carpet and maybe Harrison Ford will talk to me. You know, that's a Steele Saunders shill thing. Oh, and he's going nuts too right now. So what's going on? Actually, you sell your soul to the devil, and guess what happens? You get screwed, okay? This is why you don't do that. When I was a kid, I was offered to have my master's degree paid for if I took a certain degree, and I said no. And the reason why is because A, I didn't want the degree. B, it was stupid. C, it was nothing I was interested in. And B, and D, it would give this person authority over me. And you take something from somebody that's got a lot of money. You take bennies from a shill website, or from a company like Disney, Lucasfilm, Sony, Warner Brothers, la 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 la, and they have your ovaries or nuts in their pockets then, and they can do whatever they want. Here's the deal. Don't do it. Do you really need to be on the red carpet for that event? I know it's exciting. I've done it before, but guess what? It ain't all that in a bag of chips to see, you know, somebody like Barbara Walters walk by and see a bunch of idiots going, "What's the designer of your dress? Who are you wearing?" You know, I mean, that's basically what that shit is. Does anybody care? I don't care. No. Real people don't care. Real people don't sell themselves for freebies like screenings, you know, inside information and shit like that. Harloff is one of those people who did. And this is the funny thing. This is the funniest thing. He complains he's been a fan of Star Wars for 5 years. 5 years. 5 whole, oh my God, 5 years. There's a saying in New York City. If you haven't been there for 10 years, you're not a New Yorker. My thing is this. If you're a new fan and you don't really know what Star Wars is about, but you liked something, crack open some books. Get Star Wars: The Magic of Myth. Crack open Joseph Campbell. Go watch old interviews with George Lucas before you start calling yourself a Star Wars fan without knowing what it's about. Because obviously Harloff doesn't know what Star Wars is about. Because, you can't look at The Last Jedi, or, he actually didn't like The Last Jedi, which is probably why he didn't get his freebie. He didn't do the shill thing on that one. And he should have known. If you're not getting the freebies, then it don't matter. Okay? Because there's no fucking way in hell I would ever. Anyway, let's go back. My advice, of course, is to do all that. Talk to the older fans. I've been a fan for 40 years. There's a reason why I don't like what I saw in The Force Awakens. There's a reason why I hate Pablo Hidalgo, who knows better. There's a reason why I hate Rian Johnson, because he's a little round-headed bully. There's a reason why I hate Kathleen Kennedy, because she is everything wrong with the feminist movement. And she is a horrible leader for Lucasfilm. Horrible. And it doesn't matter that she's a woman. A guy could be, effing up the job just the same way. She just happens to be a woman. It doesn't matter. I don't give a shit what your plumbing is. You suck! So, and the older fans, the fans who've been there, prequel era, OT era, throughout the 90s and the 2000s, when we started reading the EU and falling in love with characters like Jaina Solo, Jason, Anakin, Ben Skywalker, Mara Jade, and of course, Grand Admiral Thrawn, we earn the right to say, that is a pile of shit with Star Wars stamped on it. It sucks, okay? Because we know what Star Wars is about. Christian Harloff, no, maybe he does know what Star Wars is about. But he's also been a fan for 5 years. And I'm going to end with this. Do you know how many Reylos and TLJ fans have only been fans for 2 years? Or less? A lot. A lot. And they're a lot on Twitter. They're a lot on Tumblr. But they're not a lot. They're not enough to keep the franchise going. Okay? This is the thing. And this is the thing. The new Star Wars is uncreative. Kathleen Kennedy is not a creative person. She's not got... my little Luke Skywalker here has more creativity in his, that blaster musket than that bitch has in her whole body. She's been a lucky woman. We know her biography. She raced to Los Angeles to join Hollywood after she saw Close Encounters, worked for John Milius, then ended up working for Spielberg. Was such a shitty secretary, he bounced her up to producer. She met her husband. She's worked with George Lucas for decades. She, has worked with Harrison Ford. She's, kind of floated out there. Her and her husband have the Kennedy Marshall Company. But guess what? He's the brains. She's not. Okay? She's obviously not. Because her leadership of Lucasfilm is the first time that bitch has ever stood on her own 2 feet. And she has fallen flat on her flabby, flat ass. Okay? So anyway, you got Harloff whining. I've been a fan for 5 years. And it's funny that this horrible, overrated, old hag honestly thinks that people who have been there 5 years or less are going to carry the franchise forward, when people who have been there for decades wanted to pass Star Wars on to their kids. And their kids are so fed up, they don't want to see it. When you've got kids who'd rather watch stupid Marvel movies, and I'm going to say this, I don't like superhero movies. The last one I liked, because I thought it was well written and well acted, was The Dark Knight. I don't watch them. If you get mad at me because I don't watch them. I am a person who likes substance. Hence, my reference to Faust. Goethe and Christopher Marlowe, all right? And the analogy to what's going on right now with Christian Harloff, okay? Faustian bargain. He made a Faustian bargain with the devil. And as far as I'm concerned, Kathleen Kennedy's the devil, okay? Don't kiss her ass, and you'll be fine. Kiss her ass, get your freebie screenings and all the rest of that shit, and she can arbitrarily you anytime she wants. All right? That's why you don't do it. Okay? That's why you stay independent. That's why Jeremy Griggs does what he does. That's why Ethan does what he does. That's why I do what I do. That's why Craig does what he does. Sure, I get news. I get the rumor mill. I get inside info. That's because at least there's people on the inside of Lucasfilm and in Hollywood that give a damn about what that B word has been doing to what George Lucas created. All right? So, Harloff, you sold yourself out. You got screwed. Okay? Maybe it's time for Collider to pull its tentacles and its, hooks out of Lucasfilm and tell them to go fuck themselves. Okay? Maybe. This is Steph signing out. I'll see you around the galaxy, see you around the cantina. Please remember to tip the Wiki bartenders 20%. No fights in the cantina. No gunfights. That shit goes out on the street. No droids, no bounty hunters, and no damn Raylos. See you around the galaxies. Hey guys, so I hope you enjoyed the video. Please remember to subscribe if you haven't. Remember to hit that bell for more content. Remember to hit the like button and share away here. We share away for love Star Wars. And I'll see you around with more content coming up next. Stephanie, I'll see you around the galaxy, Scout.